Now let me show you how to apply the concept of cross multiplication to a word problem. Alright, let's do this together. Franklin took a total of 12 pages of notes during 4 hours of class. In all, how many hours will Franklin have to spend in class before he will have a total of 15 pages of notes in his notebook? Now, this is what I want you to focus, obviously. 12 pages in 4 hours. And then you have 15 pages in, I don't know how many hours will that take, because that's the question, right? So notice how proportion questions are. You're going to have pages, hour, and then you're going to have pages, hour. Okay, so it always goes with that same ratio. And it goes also for mile per gallon, mile per hour, different units, okay? In this case, we just happen to have page, hour, and then we have page, and we're missing the hour. So you're going to have 2 units, but one of the numbers is missing. So you're going to have 3 numbers, and 1 is missing. And that's how you know that's a proportion question. Okay, so let me show you how to solve this problem using the proportion concept. Okay, but first thing first, I don't want you guys to just go straight and start plugging in your numbers. Here is what I want you to do. Start with your word or your vocabulary. So you have page, hour, equals page over hour. Now, why do I insist on this? Because if you guys don't do it this way, you're going to end up putting numbers randomly, and when you cross multiply, nothing will make sense. So here is what I mean. You see how I put page on top, hour on the bottom? I'm going to do the same thing to the other ratio, and that way you make sure the page and the page numbers are on top, and the hour numbers are at the bottom. Okay, so let me show you what I mean. Let me go back to the problem quickly. So we have 12 pages in 4 hours, so I'm gonna put 12 pages here, obviously in 4 hours. Okay, and then the next one they gave me is 15 pages, but they asked me how many hours will that take, so I'm gonna call it X, obviously, because I don't know what that is, right? And guess what? I just set up my proportion, so I'm gonna be very happy to do the cross multiplication. Okay, now notice how important this is. I made sure that the 12 page and the 15 page are on the top, just by using the labels or the vocabulary they gave me, okay? And then the hour and the hour are here. So when I cross multiply, the hour meets the page, and the page meets the hour, okay? Because if you have page here and you have page here and you multiply them, you're gonna have a problem. Okay, so let's do the math now. 4 times 15 is 60, so I write 60, and the number that faces X is obviously the 12, so I'm going to divide by 12. And what's 60 divided by 12? The answer is 5. Okay, so the answer to this question is 5 hours. Now, if you want to double check your answer, what's 4 times 15? That's 60. And what's 12 times 5? That's still 60. Okay, so that's how I know my proportion makes perfect sense. Okay, so if I go back to the problem, obviously this is not a multiple choice question. I'm just going to put 5 hours as my final answer, and I'm done. Okay, so in other words, if Franklin takes 4 hours to do 12 pages, it's going to take him 5 hours, exactly 5 hours, to complete 15 pages, because he's going at the same rate or with the same ratio. Okay, and that's how we apply the concept of proportions to word problems.